Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is IGTV, and on the phone with us is Etay Maor, Head of Knowledge Delivery and RSA Fraud Action Research Lab over in Israel. Etay, the setup on this is the DHS Open Source has mentioned that the Zeus attack in the banking industry has taken effect once again. You guys over at RSA have been researching some of the latest variants with the banking Trojan Zeus. Discuss, if you can, some of the findings that you've uncovered and what makes this version different from other Zeus variants.
Yeah, so you're exactly right. Zeus is, well, it's probably the most popular Trojan out there today, but it has many variants, and we are now releasing a report about a variant that we have been investigating for the past 6 months. This variant is very interesting, as opposed to the variant we've discussed last time, ICE9, which really did not deliver on its promise. We're talking about a variant here that has amazing capabilities. It's not behaving as any other Zeus we have seen. It has some very interesting features, both communication-wise and data stealing-wise. And there's also an interesting story about who we suspect is behind this. So a little bit about this Trojan. It's a Zeus 2 variant. And one of the first things that we have found during the analysis is the fact that this Trojan, the configuration file, does not have a hard-coded mothership it communicates back to, which is kind of weird. I mean, how would this Trojan then communicate all the information or get updates from the command and control? What we found out is that this botnet, this Zeus variant, actually each one of the bots creates a list every day of over 1,000 domains, randomized domains, that it actually creates this list. The server side creates this list as well, and then the Trojan communicates through one of these 1,000 URLs. Now, if you're analyzing this variant, you don't know to which domain it will communicate. So even if you knew the algorithm and you got all the 1,020 domains, you still don't know which one you need to approach in order to actually capture the communication. Only the guys behind the scenes, the fraudsters on the mothership, know. So this is very unique, and actually the only time that we have seen somebody do something like this was with the case of Sinowal, which kind of raised our eyebrows. It's a very unique capability, and if these guys have their own variant that's doing this, and Sinowal were the ones who were doing this, perhaps there's some sort of connection. Now, this Trojan, the botnet itself was pretty large. It got up to over 210,000 infected computers. So it's not something small. It's pretty big, and the triggers, I mean, the institutions that it was targeting was very long. It included financial banking customers or banking industries, as well as other websites as well. So it wasn't shy about targeting non-financial institutions.
So if you get into this, just say, repeat if you could. You're saying this is a Zeus 2 variant, and what was the name of the group you thought might be involved?
Well, the group that we may be involved in this is the group that were behind the Sinowal Trojan. The reason for this suspicion is the fact that they're using the technique, the communication technique that Sinowal used, that we have never seen before. Let me give you even another interesting point about the people who might be behind this. While investigating this, the control panel of this Trojan, we actually found a name that a lot of people who analyze Zeus are familiar with, Slavic. This is the guy who actually wrote the Zeus source code. And we found his name on one of these servers. Maybe he was part of this from the first place. Maybe he's the actual person behind this Zeus variant. You probably remember from last week we talked about the fact that Zeus is now out there in the wild. The source code is out there in the wild. Anybody can create a variant, and the fact that the guy who actually wrote the original Zeus is here is very interesting.
Yeah, would you say this is a connection to the Russian business network? I mean, is that where you're going here?
I don't know if specifically to RBN, but yes, to some of the groups associated there.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying basically this is growing out of one of the Eastern Bloc nations as opposed coming out of, one of the Asian, centers down in that point.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And just if you can, we've got about 30 seconds left here. Cinewall. What was so special about Cinewall?
Well, Cinewall was actually amazing in the fact that it went undercover. Nobody could actually identify it for a very long time. And when it was identified, when we got access to one of their servers, they had over 500,000 credentials. What's interesting about this and Cinewall is they're both privately owned and operated. You cannot buy Cinewall or this Zeus variant in the black market, in the fraudsters underground. These are groups that create custom variants, custom Trojans. They use it, they monetize, and they do the whole operation.
All right. Well, that was Etay Maor coming to us from RSA's research lab over in Israel. We're going to have him back in just a second.